it's very important to set expectations. There's difference between want and expectation. Want happens in your conscious mind. You just want it. That doesn't mean anything. But when you expect it, that's when things start happening. So that's why it's very important to have expectation, because you're automatically assuming life based off of what you know and based off of your experience and based off of your paradigm. But when you start switching to expectation and having faith in your expectation and start taking action toward it, every day you have to remind yourself, what are you expecting? What are you expecting to see?
Do you set specific expectations for each day according to what's coming up next? Or do you just hold in your mind your big expectation that you have overall?
First, you need to have the big expectation of what is it that you want. But according to that, when you start evolving, that state of what is it that you want, you more or less going to know what is that state going to look like, and you're going to evolve your experience in that state before it happens. So you start developing that state of expectation. First, you start with the big goal. This is what I want. And you start every day that you start holding that image and you start expecting things to happen through different channels to fulfill that desire. You start having thoughts in your mind that, oh, okay, before I get prepared, this is what I'm going to see. This is what's going to happen. So let's say my goal is to become a billionaire, right? So to become a billionaire, there's certain things. So I definitely need to have a great team and great business partners to be a part of it. This is not something that I can just be done by myself, right? So I'm always expecting to attract the right business partner. I'm always expecting to have a right team. I'm always expecting to have a great employees. I'm always expecting to attract the right people in my life to fulfill that desire. I'm always expecting the right people, right banker, right business plan, everything that was going to come with that I can think of to lead to that, based off what I know. So when you start holding that image, you get into that new frequency, that expectation, idea will come to you according to what you're expecting. That's why we're saying you don't need to know how, because when you start taking action, the how will come. Does it make sense?
Yes. You're basically expecting to see evidence of the success that you expect.
Right, because you're worthy.
So you're expecting for those dots to connect themselves. So every day you're working towards your goal is working towards you. And that's the way you need to envision it. You're working towards your goal, you're taking the actions, and then you're seeing that, then you're holding the image that vision is working towards you. And then that's where you get those aha moments. That's why I'm always asking you guys in the morning, did you get any aha moments? Did you get any? It's like you're looking for clues, and the clues are it's like you're working towards that objective, and then that objective is working towards you.
So Shannon, for instance, your goal is to have 500 members, right? So that's your expectation. When you start thinking about that and expecting that, what does that mean? What is it that needs to happen before that happens? And you have to daily expect. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to interject. I don't even remember what my thought was at that moment. So go ahead. You were asking what needs to happen before that. Well, lots of things need to happen before that, and specifically, that kind of service. And so then you have to expect, okay, if I have to have that type of service to attract that many people, then I have to have the right staff, and I have to have the right this and the right that. So then you expect all of those things to come.
There you go. And then when you start having those expectations, guess what you're going to look for? Them to happening, right? And you put your attention there. When you put attention, you start attracting right particle, right dot. You're going to start connecting the dots, and you start going to lead you to where? To that goal, to fulfill that desire.
Okay.
Also, if you have 500 members, what does that model look like? What does your location look like? What are the people inside of that location? What is the atmosphere? This is very important, the atmosphere, right? So you need to know the community that you're wanting to attract. So what caliber of people are you attracting? And is your facility and that caliber of people in harmony, right? Does your
Right.
location, is it in harmony with that type of style of people and the people that are in there?
Okay.
Because everything's about vibration. If you go down to the corner mart that's really run down, you're going to see that that corner mart is in alignment with the people that go visit that corner mart that's in the east side, right?
Right.
So when you look at energy attracts like energy. So what is, you've got to create the vision of this model, people that are attracted to this model, for you to attract that style that you're looking for.
Okay, good point.
The reason we're not looking and expecting, because we haven't grasped that word of power. We're, according to us, we're the observer, and according to us, as my mind is a center, right? When we understand it's a center, and according to my center, everything is going to line up. Well, because we haven't really grasped, have a true understanding of that, we put everything up in the, up to the circumstance, up to the outside of us. So that's what Napoleon Hill says. He says, I create the circumstance. That's what it means. I created based off of my expectation, based off of my vision, based off of my assumption.